11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Why is it not popping up? Hello, I'm sorry. Hello, everybody. If I figure with our 2 long intros, it would be able to pop up so I could share it before we start the show, but that's not the case.
No kidding. We've been live for 1 minute, 20 seconds.
It popped up on YouTube, but not on Facebook. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Just Too Sweet Show, episode number 98.
I got it on Facebook.
Do you want to share it
Yes.
out while I do this crazy intro? I share it to everything. My page, your page, our page.
Do it up.
All right, cool. Like I was saying, welcome to the Just Too Sweet Show, episode number 98. 2 away from the big 100.
That's
big
2.
100 episodes. And to think that if we missed a couple days here and there, I think we'd be about 150 by now, Eric, to be honest with you.
More than likely. I'm guessing between 120 and 150, yeah.
Definitely would have. But that's just the way it goes. Anyway, just in case this is your first time showing, I am Mr. Tim Tabala. I am an honorary Oos today. With me, as always, my tag team partner, Memphis AZ. Eric, what's up, brother? How's everything?
Everything's good. I'm just feeling territorial today. Feeling very Delta bluesy because as Jerry Jarrett would say, well, we're gonna talk about wrestling,
Which, yes, we are going to talk about that because what a fucking great show. What a great first two episodes it was. Even the Andy Kaufman stuff. I knew most of it, but there was a couple things that I wasn't really too sure. You know what? Let's just fucking start with this because I really want to talk about it.
It tied everything with Andy Kaufman together. Like it filled in.
It did.
Yeah.
And then there's a few things that I did not know, which was really fucking cool. And I was really excited about this show. I can't wait for the next ones. Jaime, welcome, brother. Glad to see you. Glad to see you on this Friday night. We got a double header for you tonight, Jaime. A double header. So if you like what you see with these two, we're going to do this again, except he's going to be here and I'm going to be there. And then I'm going to be there and he's going to be here. And then he's going to host here and then I'll be over there. So if you like that, that's what's going to happen tonight. So we'll be with you for the next 4 or 5 hours. I don't know. How long we ever feel like going on.
Just get a bunch of drinks and some snacks and get a diaper on and just
exactly.
Sit there.
Terzio, what's up, brother? Welcome. You can come in and out. In and out is fine. That's how we like it. That's how she likes it too. Who?
Yes.
I'm gonna say it. No, I was gonna say that's what she said, but okay, we'll let that go. Anyway, Eric, like we said, oh good, now it popped up on my thing. Fucking 5 minutes later.
Facebook's been being dumb lately, anyway.
Well, tell us what's going on in your world first before we even jump into this. In case you got anything you want to say, anything you want to do, anything you want to talk about before we get going with the show.
Not much. I'm just wrestling related. I'm kind of like I'm in not disbelief, but I'm pleasantly shocked of how good or how much better the WWE product has been in the last 2 months. Mm-hmm. It's starting to feel, I'm going to be honest with you, Tim, it has like a 93 mixed with a 99 mixed with an 05 vibe to it. If I can talk like a woke millennial, it's got like a mixture of all these cool eras into one. Like it's got something worked here, something worked here, something worked there. And I'm just seeing that. I'm not like dissecting it, but like, Triple H is obviously like, he's an older school guy, but he's a new school. No, this is the wrestling show. I'm like, this is the football show was last night.
You missed the football show. Sorry,
you missed
Mike.
the football show there, Nucky. So yeah, like Triple H is definitely like and you know what, Tim? We've been saying it for the last 4 years. We've been doing this show for 3, almost 4. But for the last 4 or 5 years, you and I have been talking, and we've been saying Triple H needs to be the hand. He needs to be the hand moving things. So like he needs to be the guy in charge. And thank God he is now, because we got DX within 6 weeks. We have DX back, bringing things back. He's signing back main talent that should have been where they're getting put now a year ago. They got, and you know what? And Cornette, while I agree with 99% of what he says, he had something to say about Bray Wyatt, and I'll say it in a minute. Mike, A to Z program's coming up right after this, and we are going to go through some wicked cool album covers, and we're going to bullshit about old bands, and we're going to have a good time. But back to this, Bray Wyatt. I understand. Jim Cornette made a comment like what Bray Wyatt does doesn't have much to do with wrestling. No, it doesn't. He's right, but he should. He's going to get into the ring. He's not a bad worker. Would you agree, Tim?
What's up, boss? Who, Bray Wyatt?
Yeah.
No, I think he's a pretty good worker.
I think he is too. And I thought it was cute that IRS made that tweet. They said he better pay his taxes because April's coming up and shit. Good to see Bray Wyatt back, but you still got to pay your taxes in April. It's so good.
That is.
But I'm just so happy that we're finally getting what we've been wanting for like 7, 8 years. Like it's because the product took a dive. Probably 13, 14. It started whittling a little, then it really dove, and then like the last 4 or 5 years has just been shit. And it's on the uptick now, and it's really fun. AEW is even trying to like be a little different. I noticed, like, 'cause I've been trying to catch snippets here and there, matches here and there. The Orange Cassidy thing was kind of fun.
Well, it's about time. It's about. I mean, the guy's so over, and he lost every match. He loses every match. You can't be that over and lose every single time. You gotta get one of these guys a shot.
Wait a minute. I want that comment up. The after the yo.
Well, that's because Mike said go Eagles, and then Steve said,
"Oh, Mike said go Eagles." Okay, I didn't see you say go Eagles.
Yeah,
awesome.
And then the ball came back with screw the Eagles, and
but boss, real quick, if the Eagles are going to be your NFC East team, if the Giants and everybody are out of it, say the Eagles are in it, you gotta help me out. Okay, I helped you guys out with the Giants. I helped you out.
Can't do it.
You have to, Tim. You have to come to the most filthy city in the world and be the most vile fan in the world.
The second the Giants are eliminated, I immediately jump to the AFC team that I like, the Colts or the Jaguars or the Texans or something crazy along those lines.
Fly, Tim, fly.
No, die, Eagles, die. That's all, guys. All right, that's the football show.
Jason, that's a football show.
Jason said he got that right. He's saying foosball is the devil. I agree. But you got a Penguins logo up though. Jesus.
He's a Penguins fan, which I am a giant Sidney Crosby fan. Lemieux is my guy. I'm a Maple Leaf fan, but Lemieux is my guy. Always been my guy. I've been a Lemieux fan since like probably 88, 89. When I first started watching hockey. So yeah, I'm definitely Penguins are like number 2 team.
Terzio and Jaime said it best. Let's get back to wrestling. And
that's okay. Yes, Terzio. Terzio, for once, you're right.
And this is a wrestling show. You're right.
This is a wrestling show.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Extreme Rules 2 after the territories. It was a very decent pay-per-view. We also had the return of Bray Wyatt, which if you haven't seen it, I was going to play it, but it's long. It's long.
It is.
I don't want to play the whole thing. I was hoping to get snippets of it, but it was really fucking cool. I mean, they did a great production of it. All the characters came to life. The rumors of who's playing who is still out there. I mean, 1 minute you think one chick is playing Sister Abigail, the next minute someone online is throwing a hint that she might be playing Sister Abigail. It's like it's baffling. But tonight, actually, in about 20 minutes, we'll probably find out who the hell all these people are because Bray will make his return on SmackDown tonight. We'll see if we can get into that. But Tales from the Territories, episode 1. Episode 1 was about the Memphis territory. Eric, let me tell you something right now. Thanks to this show, I want to spend like an entire day lost in Memphis wrestling on the network because it is cool as shit.
Dude.
It's underappreciated. I had no idea they did shit like getting hit by cars and all those dramatic fucking storyline. I had no clue. I just thought it was like redneck wrestling.
No, dude, they had vignettes like all put together like at the time or before the WWF did. Like they were doing vignettes. They were doing like they were innovative. Like Texas, them. Like they were innovative. And Memphis was a big deal, dude. You knew in wrestling, you're always guaranteed to get work in Memphis or work up. Or there's 3 places you could always get work. You get work in Memphis, get work in Georgia, and you get work in New York. You always were guaranteed you would work there because there was always somewhere you could float in and float out. No, Memphis was Hulk Hogan wrestled in Memphis. Kamala, Undertaker. All these guys came through Memphis. Like,
Jerry Jarrett made sure we knew who went through Memphis.
He's sitting there.
He wanted to make sure everyone knew that all those '80s WWE guys went through Memphis first. And hey, he's not lying. He's not lying.
He's not lying. But how'd you like listen? Bruce Pritchard's imitations were vindicated in this episode. Listen, because he's like, well, that time, and it was so fucking good. It was so
Jeff Jarrett. Steve, let me tell you something. I've been watching a lot of this old stuff. It's enjoyable. Almost like I like house shows more than I like going to pay-per-views. I really enjoying this stuff that'll be why. And I said this Memphis shit was hysterical.
You know why that perception is that all other wrestling is minor league compared to WWF or WWE now is because WWE or WWF had the big. Because think about it. I'm going to give everybody a geography lesson here real quick. If you take the United States and split it in half right here, okay? So over here is the East Coast and over here is the West Coast, okay? Over here, 80% of the population lives over here. 20% live over here. So WWF had Philadelphia, Washington, Boston, Albany, Pittsburgh, and most importantly, New York. So that's where you made big money was in New York. And but they still only had a territorial show back then. You could only watch it up north. Like you watch Memphis in Tennessee, in Georgia, in the Carolinas, you watched, the Georgia Championship Wrestling. In Florida, you watch Florida. So I get it, minor league perception, but it really wasn't because, dude, there's guys that made as much or more money in those territories as the guys in the WWF did. So. And they really did. Jerry the King Lawler was the biggest star in the South for a while. Like it was Jerry the King Lawler.
And like they said, that they thought that shit was real down there, which we're gonna get into also. The boss said house shows used to be fun. I didn't mean it's a lesser product, just when they went there first. And yeah, that's true. There was kind of like that is true. House shows now, let me tell you something.
He's half right though. That I gotta say, he's half right. The boss is half right. He's half right.
Yeah. Well, I said house shows now I like because house shows go off the rails a little bit. They don't stick to storylines. They interact with the audience. They'll stop the middle of a match and start talking to the crowd. I like that shit. They're a lot more friendly. They'll stop at ringside for selfies. When you're live on TV, you can't do that shit. You have to stick to the storyline. That's the only reason I prefer a good house show now.
House shows were always you got to remember something, Tim, real quick. I'm going to throw this out too. The television shows were only to sell tickets for the house shows. That's why you had the TV shows. Now, with all the advertising and the bullshit, that's your main thing. Like,
but he should pull his really trunks down in the back. Yeah, see, that's not going to happen on TV. It's going to happen at a house show. House shows are freaking hysterical. Yeah. Frank loved the King. Yeah, we all love the King. So Mascot Garden, he got thrown out of Mascot Garden because he hit Superstar Billy Graham in the back of the head. You're lucky he didn't hit you in the back of your head with that giant steroid arm of his.
I was going to say that's back when he was peak testosterone, man.
Let's get into a couple of the stories because we had Jerry Jarrett, Jeff Jarrett, Jerry Lawler, Jimmy Hart, and what's his name?
Dutch Mantel.
I always forget that dude's name. So here they are talking about what's going on, and the first great story was Jimmy Hart's getting carried out over the dude's shoulder, and he feels a pinch on his ass. Turns out someone shot him with a homemade blow dart right in his ass.
Yep.
What kind of shit is that? That right there had me roll. I was already rolling just after that first story.
Jimmy was great, man.
But these guys literally had a fear for their lives down there. The heels.
Oh yeah.
They had another one. He said, remember the big cowboy? He was running around the ring getting chased, and the guy just stuck his foot out. And Jimmy went. He goes, I went from 60 to 0 in like 2 seconds flat, and I fucking hit the deck. And
yeah.
I mean, how crazy is that? Imagine that happening. No, now it happens. Well, then again, I'll go right into the next story. They said, wrestler a fan put his hands on a wrestler. They didn't put you in the cops. They had a special room in the back where the wrestlers would beat the living shit out of you. And then they say you have two choices. You can go home, or we can call the cops. He's like, I'll just go home. Because they got the shit beat out of him by all the wrestlers. Now that's cool.
Yep.
Now that's fucking hilarious.
That's how you took care of things. That's how you took care of things back then. That's when, I was blow darting my butt cheek. Moana. I only got to see bits and pieces of Moana. Was that a good one, Tim?
I can't get through it. I think I made it 30 minutes through, and I was like, nah, it's not my thing. He watched a lot lately, Moana. Yeah, I know when you have kids, that's what happens.
Well, you got little kids, yeah. Believe me, I'm so sick of the crudes. Like,
yeah, they had those little railings, but they didn't really have fences anyway. I mean, Memphis was just a railing, and not even railing. They had just chairs, like I said, and a single rope. What the hell's that going to do?
They just, there was. Well, you got to remember something too. Like the South is like very, very. They adhere to like the commandments of the South. It's like you don't cross this line, you don't cross that line. You respect this, you respect that. But if you fuck with what they like, they're gonna jump all over you. Like, somebody fuck with Lawler. I mean, I'm sure that he never had to worry about anything everywhere he went because like fucking he's the king, Jerry Lawler. But like Jim Cornette said, they used to fucking a fan. Remember, you ever hear the story where a fan came out during a Midnight Express match and he fucking split the guy from here to here with his tennis racket and his face exploded?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you didn't
had it.
Yeah, you had. He said it was him or me, and he goes, "It wasn't me."
And I guess who got arrested? The guy who got his head split open because you don't fucking jump on a wrestler. You just don't do it. We've seen time and time again. You're gonna get your ass whooped. Macho Man was one of my favorites. He beat the shit out of you. He didn't just try to kick you out of the ring. He'd beat you until he couldn't beat you anymore. Until those security guards grab you. I love that. But remember, the King did have that one story he told. He said that the guy with the brick.
Oh Jesus!
He said like it was like an old Texas standoff. He walks out to his car as the guy's standing down at the end with a brick, and Lawler stops and says, "If you throw that brick, I'm gonna run you over with this car." And he walks to the car, and the guy doesn't do nothing. As soon as he gets in the car, like a fucking guy hurled a brick at his windshield.
Yeah,
cracked his windshield. And then Jerry actually went to step on the gas to hit this guy with his car, but his fucking tires were all slashed. Insane. That's just insanity.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, there was definite real heat and definite like real idolatry. Is that what that's called? These people idolized they were their heroes, man, and it was real. Like it was a real thing.
Yeah, they didn't care about shoving you off chairs back then.
No. Gorilla Monsoon grabbed a wooden chair and slammed Bruno across it and broke his nose. Was probably. Probably.
Eric, you remember names better than I do. Who was this wrestler, this guy that jumped in the ring and attacked fucking what the hell was his name?
Jerry Jarrett when he was
but who was the guy who attacked him? That lunatic.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even know that guy.
Really? I thought you would know who he was.
I don't even know who he is. I'd never heard that story before either. That's a new one to me.
You want to tell it? You can tell a story. I've been talking too much.
No, go ahead because you're kind of like rolling with this really good.
Jerry said he was fighting. I forget who he was in the ring with. He was in the ring with somebody, and he felt a really stiff kind of punch to the back of the head. He was about to turn around and go, like, dude, what the fuck you doing? And there's this guy in the ring, I forget I gotta look up his name. I can't just say it. But anyway, he looked in the ring, and it was this crazy dude. This fucking crazy ass lunatic wrestler guy. I don't know. What was I forgot the one part though. What was his beef? Oh, he just didn't have a beef. Or was he just crazy? I don't remember what the hell the beef was.
I think he had a beef. Something he wanted to get heat on him or something for something that happened before, and or something. And
I forgot. I forgot the whole damn story. Yeah, the Charles Manson looking dude, Jaime. You're right. The guy was fucking crazy looking.
Well, he wasn't after what happened. What happened to him?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It wasn't just Jerry Jarrett. It turned out the following week also. Like, this guy was everywhere, and this guy's showing up with like weapons.
Yep,
and chasing Jerry Lawler, and Jerry Lawler's running back. They're like, dude, this guy's gonna fucking kill me.
Yeah,
but, he said he was loyal to the previous booker. Is that what it was, Jaime? At least we got somebody here who remembers. Our memories are shot.
Okay, yeah. I think I'm getting you now.
He was defending the booker by attacking Jerry.
Okay,
that makes more sense now. But that guy was scary looking, and here's a guy who's in the middle of a wrestling match, is attacking this guy for real, like really trying to hurt him, really trying to kill somebody. Got weapons, got a gun, chasing people into the Jerry Lawler's in the locker room saying, "This dude's got a gun, he's trying to kill me." Memphis was completely insane.
Yeah,
It was fucked up. I loved it. I thought it was fucking great. And Jerry Lawler did that thing with the car.
Yep, with the car,
the spot with the car, and he mistimed it and took a nice
really
fucking shot with it. Oh my god!
You see the bump he took? It was bad. Like,
yeah,
like he got fucking hit.
That was a real bad bump.
Yeah, that looked like it hurt.
I'm sure it did. I don't care how good you are. You get hit by a car, it's gonna fucking hurt.
Anybody gets hit by a car, man, it's like you're done. Like, it's over.
I do look like I'm like in an Al Qaeda cave, right? It's all right, whatever.
You do, yeah. You look like you're like you look like those videos they show on the news of like somebody who's a hostage.
I'm reading off like a piece of paper. They are treating me well. They are giving me plenty of food and water. But meanwhile, the guy's blinking, sending out signals saying, "Please kill me." All right. Anyway, well, that was episode 1. Like I said, the stories. I love the group they got together too. The Dutch Mantel and Jerry Lawler. And they really got some fucking great stories to tell. But again, we started talking about it last week though. Was the Andy Kaufman part of it, which was the second episode, and that was just great too. I said we knew most of it except for the fact how deep Jerry Jarrett was into it. Jerry Jarrett was.
Oh yeah. Into the well, he was the owner of the territory, so
I still kind of thought that this was like a thing with just him and Lawler, and even maybe even Jerry Jarrett wasn't totally in on it, but he was. I guess that was the little circle they kept on who was who and this and that, and they said that the guy you saw on the screen was completely different backstage. He was respectful and he loved the business and he just wanted to be that bad guy wrestler. That was his dream.
Yeah,
and
I kind of think that he would have. There would have been if he didn't pass away. I think he would have done a lot more with wrestling. I think you would have seen him in wrestling rather than entertainment because, and remember they said they offered Vince at first, Vince Senior, Vince Senior. Of course, he wasn't a visionary. He was an old school. Yep. An old school promoter.
Well, Vince was his warrior. He said, "I can't have a celebrity in there getting hurt." Like on my program or whatever, but I don't think they're going to say that. That's not how Kaufman saw himself.
No,
Kaufman didn't even see himself as a comedian. He wanted to piss people off.
Yeah, he was a shock. He was probably one of the first shock value comics. Like he wanted to shock the shit out of you.
He didn't care if you laughed. He wanted you to be fucking. He wanted you to hate him.
Dude, he was a fucking great heel.
He was.
How about
fantastic?
Dude, he wanted the ambulance there, and they're like, "Well, we don't want to put out money for that. And you got to." He's like, "I don't care. I'll pay for it. Bring him." And dude, they fucking kayfabed that whole thing.
Lay in there in the ring. Get an
dude.
ambulance.
Wasn't he in the hospital for like a day or two? And he kayfabed that
3 days.
He kayfabed staying in the hospital for 3 days.
He wore the neck brace for like another 3 months.
Wore it to Taxi. Wore it to dude. That's so awesome.
Taxi made him take it off after a while. They're like, "You have to take it off. We have to take it off."
I remember Tony Danza wanted to come down and beat up Jerry Lawler. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think you ought to do that.
See, now that was my favorite part of the whole story. And the part I didn't know, which had me fucking rolling, I had to rewind it, is Bill Watts, who's in the wrestling business. He has his own territory. He understands kayfabe. He understands wrestling. Called Jerry Jarrett and Jeff Lawler to congratulate them for putting Kaufman in the hospital. Even that motherfucker thought it was real. How great is that?
Dude, I think 90% of the wrestling world did because they kayfabed it on fucking David Letterman, on everything.
I mean, when you got another wrestling promoter swearing that was real, I mean, how I mean, you had to, like I said, Jerry Lawler and Jerry Jarrett were laughing their asses off.
And dude,
here's a guy in the business, who should know by now what's real and what's not. And he fucking calling up, oh, thank God you did that because that guy is a pain in the ass. That guy, he's ruining our business. He's making fun of it. I'm glad you put him in the hospital. Really?
Really, oh yeah, it worked him. Complete work. And remember, what did Jerry say? He's like remember, because Andy started coughing a little bit when he was doing the later promos, some of the last ones he did, and he apologized to him for coughing. He's like, oh, that's okay. But little did we know that was the onset of his like.
Well, yeah, he told Lawler because he couldn't get through one of those promos. He said, look, I just diagnosed with cancer. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, and this is a guy who's never smoked, never did anything. You know what I mean? It's like he got that weird, rare.
He was a vegetarian. He fucking meditated. He did all that Maharishi shit, but cancer's a bitch, dude.
He was a clean cut dude. Yeah, clean living dude, and it just fucking hit him. Yeah.
Yeah, it was horrible. And he went quick too. It wasn't like it was a long drawn out thing. It was cancer. A couple months. He was fucking gone.
Yeah,
it was pretty bad. But yeah, and the Letterman thing too, which was my favorite part of that story too, is the fact that Lawler said, "No, I'm not going to hit you. I'm not going to do it because that's just not good for any of us." And then finally during the show, even Lawler realized this is going to be the greatest fucking publicity ever in the history of wrestling. So he said, I gave him a look. All he did was give him a look. And I think Kaufman knew, even if he didn't know, it doesn't matter. Kaufman would have went with it anyway.
Yeah.
Lawler could have fucking smacked him over the face with a chair and Kaufman would have went with it. But Lawler cracked him in the face so goddamn hard. It was so great. I mean, it was just one of the greatest things ever in wrestling history.
And how about that promo he cut on Letterman, Kaufman, swearing, fucking going.
And then when he came back saying, I'm going to sue you, you're an asshole, I hate you. And
this, fuck that, motherfucker, fucking David Letterman's like, well, I think you can say a couple of those things on the air. Like, it was so good. It was so good.
It was.
But you know what? Come to find out, I looked it up. Letterman was in on the kayfabe too.
For that show. Well, he was thinking about it again, though. As he said, no one knew the slap was coming, though.
No, he didn't know that, but he knew it was a work. He knew it was a work.
Yeah,
but he didn't know Andy was going to cut those on-air promos, though.
No, he didn't know about the slap. He didn't know about Andy's temper tantrum, as you want to call it.
Yeah,
but he knew the neck brace was fake.
Yeah,
that's basically what he knew. But the rest of the world did. Like I said, the guy stayed in the hospital for 3 days, and had the news come to him, and he gave these soft, very sincere. Oh, I thought wrestling was fake. I'm sorry. I thought it was all bull, but it's really not. I want to apologize to Memphis. I want to apologize. And then as soon as he gets out of the hospital, he's calling them all rednecks again, and tell them to go soap up and clean and brush your teeth and use deodorant and all that shit.
They were so good. It was good.
That
whole Andy Kaufman saga is worth a watch. On
it is. Hot Stuff Group was great in Memphis. Well, a lot of those younger guys were good in Memphis.
They were. Because UWF, he kind of just went to the NWA after that, and Eddie Gilbert was good in UWF. He was down Mid-South. He was.
Lolan was best for business. Can you imagine him? Well, he did. He helped book and write for WWE and that. So when he was, you can't have someone that good and stifle them.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he had quite a bit of that to do with the Attitude Era and all that stuff.
And to answer your question, that was Terzio that asked that, or Jaime? Oh, Jaime. I don't think Lawler would have been good as a heel brought in for Hulk Hogan back in the day, but that's about all they would have done with him. They would not have revered him as like this great. Oh, he would have been a great heel and everything like that, but he would not have been like he would have had to do the job for Hogan. There's no two ways about it. There's absolutely no 2 ways about it.
It was good. It was good.
But you know what? Come to find out, I looked it up. Letterman was in on the kayfabe too.
And don't forget too, I'm not trying to bash the guy, but WWE Lawler didn't have the Memphis. He didn't have the look. Like when I first saw him in the W, I was like, "This dude's old. Why the hell is this dude wrestling?"
And he didn't have the Memphis aura either. Like
no, because the Memphis, he was a little jacked. He had that nice little, he wasn't ripped, but he had a nice little physique. He had the mean goatee.
Yep.
He looked like a young, ass kicker. When he got to WWF already, he was already like, I was like, this dude's gonna wrestle. This dude's old. I don't want to see this guy wrestle anymore.
He was in his 40s already.
Yeah, but he was still a good heel. I mean, he wasn't great. He had some great runs with Bret Hart and who else did he have a good run with?
He feuded with Bret Hart. He feuded with the Undertaker a couple times. He had a couple Undertaker matches. He had a couple Shawn Michael matches.
Mm-hmm. And he held, like I said, he was very good with those guys.
He was.
So you can't deny
Lawler was he's a heat seeker, man. He could get heat like nobody's business. It was.
How
about Jimmy Hart saying he and Jerry Lawler went to school together?
Yeah, yeah, that was weird. That was kind of weird.
That was.
Did they announce what the third episode is going to be? They haven't announced it yet.
Yes,
right?
Yes, they have.
Who's it going to be?
Vern Gagne and the AWA.
Nice. Okay, I'm interested in seeing that too because that's what we just started watching too. A couple of AWA stuff, so that's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did we get an entire show list for the season, or is that just third episode?
I only saw the third episode drop, I think Wednesday. I saw it because it said it's premiering Tuesday at 10. It even has a title for it. I'll look it up for you. I'll give you the working title for it.
And I'll say Jaime saying, imagine him doing a promo versus Tully or Arn. Yep, that would have been pretty cool. I miss his AWA also. Looks like you're the battle with a guy named Snowman. I'm ready for it now. Snowman. Who knows? But off topic, real quick though, Eric. I don't know if you heard this. That Jake the Snake has taken credit for
Undertaker, Austin, Rock,
and Jim Cornette went a little nuts on him.
Oh, Jim Cornette went crazy on him. Like you saw the Jim Cornette snippet where he.
Yeah, I saw it today. I was laughing my ass off at it.
He was a good booker, but there's no fucking way.
There's no fucking way he came up with "suck it."
That's what he said too. Stone. What else did he say?
The only reason he had anything to do with Stone Cold because he was in the King of the Ring finals. The only reason 316 came about was because he was playing the born again Christian guy.
Yeah.
He goes, man, born again Christian still doing fucking drugs. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Cornette is so good.
It was fucking hysterical. But yeah, so that every day I look at those little snippets because I want to see who the hell wants to piss Corny off this week.
Oh, so dude, it's so great. He just went off on CM Punk being announced that he may or may not be an executive at AEW now.
Oh god.
Did you hear that one?
I didn't even hear that one.
Oh yeah, it just dropped I think last night or today. But Corny went off on that. He's like, "Oh, well, that would explain a few things why he said I'm trying to run a business." During that media scrum.
Okay, all right. Now wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. I'm not going to defend the guy because I don't like him. I'm not going to defend him, but what if Tony Khan is finally getting smart and hiring himself a Triple H type guy? Maybe he wants CM Punk to be that guy. Now, can CM Punk be that guy? I don't think so, but maybe he's finally understanding that you can't do the money, you can't run the show, you can't do the booking, you can't tell the stories, you can't write the scripts. All one guy can't be doing this shit. No. Maybe if that's true, with CM Punk is really doing that, maybe CM Punk's going to be his dude to run the fucking booking and do the stories and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
what are they called now? Head of talent or so, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, head of talent relations, whatever.
Creative.
Triple H has all those titles anyway. He has like 5.
He has them all.
Titles.
Yeah, he has every one of them.
Except for owner, which is his wife. So
basically
he's the owner too.
Basically, yeah, she owns his testicles, so he owns the company. So
exactly, absolutely. So you know what? If that's the case, I'm telling you right now, that's what's missing from AEW right now. Is you can't have you can't have the owner. Even though Vince McMahon did it, Vince McMahon still had a whole chorus of people there. He had his fucking back in the day when they were good, Pritchard and fucking all those guys.
But
Tony Khan's doing this by himself.
Yeah, Vince came up in the business, man. You know, he was in it since he was like 16. So like, it's like there's no comparisons here.
It's like me buying a soccer team and going over there, like, all right, this is how you're going to play soccer from now on. I don't know fucking dick about soccer. I'm not going to buy a soccer team if I don't know shit about soccer.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, it's almost the same thing as what Tony Khan's doing. I'm a lot less harder than you are. I do enjoy a good amount of AEW, but they do have their structure issues. They do have their booking problems. So
I have the official title for it. It's AWA Body Slams in the Heartland. Vern Gagne creates the American Wrestling Association with one singular goal: return dignity and athleticism to the business, losing touch with both. Wow. So that's kind of cool.
There's no list for the whole season, all right?
No, it's just episodes are just dropping as they go. Like, I think the next one will drop probably Tuesday after this one airs. Like, because I read that one Wednesday morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I also did see there's a picture floating around online of the Texas Roundtable. It's got that referee that's in all those world class things. I can't remember, David something. But Kevin Von Erich's in it, and Brian Adias is in it. He was a star.
Kevin has to be in it. To.
Kevin's in it. Brian Adias is in it. Like I said, that David Manning, the referee Booker guy. He's in it because he was in that. He was on the Dark Side of the Ring one too.
But you got the Von Erichs, you got the Freebirds. Who else is Texas big?
Midnight Express, Kamala, One Man Gang, Rick Rude, Dingo Warrior,
all those guys.
Percy Pringle,
Paul
Bearer. Who else? Steve Austin later on. Dude, there's a ton of people that you're going to be surprised. Who you see is going through Texas, like you'd be really surprised. And who started in Texas, like, and
Eric Embry and Chris Adams.
Eric Embry, Chris Adams, Gino Hernandez. Come on, Gino Hernandez, one of my favorites.
He just popped up to the same as you time. You guys are on the same level right now.
Gino is one of my top 5 favorite wrestlers of all time. So
I'm ashamed to say it. I didn't know who he was until Dark Side of the Ring.
Wow.
I don't know how he flew over my radar. I have no idea how. But
I remember when
I was strictly WWE guy and he wasn't really big,
See,
back
I was
an WWF.
I was an Aftermath guy, and I wanted to know because I watched WWF, watched the NWA. I caught World Class in the AWA when I was like at Luke Tucker's house because he had a satellite dish. Mm-hmm. We just had like the shitty 10-channel cable. But he had like a satellite dish, so he'd get ESPN, so I could watch the Legends of World Class. So that's how I got plus the After magazines. I followed it through the After. I remember when Gino died. I remember when Kerry beat Flair, and then Flair beat him back. And I remember when Magnum TA had the car. I mean, dude, it was just so great. Like, it was so great. The After magazines were so much fun, dude. They were so much fun. I would do anything to get a collection of PWI, The Wrestler, Inside Wrestling, like all of them. I'd do anything to get my hands on all of those and read them again.
Gino is Jaime's favorite too. He said he would have been a great horseman.
Oh, 100%. He would have been a great horseman. He was partners with Tully Blanchard because he worked in Houston.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm looking forward to that then. This is good. This is great for me. This is an education for me. That's why I think I enjoyed it so much. I watched the Memphis one twice. Oh, yeah. I want to take notes for the show also, but I enjoyed it that much. I was like, this is hysterical, and now I want to go watch this shit on the network because it's great.
Oh, dude, Memphis has some great matches, man. They really do. They really do.
Yeah. Anything else about this before we move on to our next subject?
I don't know. I think we've gone crazy with the territories here.
Well, yeah, well, we have a lot to go, so it's going to be fun. Jaime says they were the dynamic duo, Tully and Gina, the dynamic duo.
No, the dynamic duo were Gino Hernandez and unless Tully and him were the first dynamic duo, but Gino Hernandez and Chris Adams, I believe, were the first dynamic duo. That's what I thought.
Used to get wrestling magazine once a month. I talked about wrestling in the South. I only had the WWE magazine. I would buy one every now and then if the cover was cool, especially for the Macho Man, like the PWIs or whatever the hell that wrestling was back in the day. In the Wrestling Insider and
Wrestling Insider, The Wrestler, Pro Wrestling Illustrated.
I'm sure you could find that shit on eBay, dude, if you were really committed to that.
Yeah, but they're like, dude, these people want ridiculous prices for them, man. And I had every single one. Like, I had all of them, dude. Like, I had a fucking.
Because we live in a day where now, vintage. It's not old. It's vintage.
It's vintage.
So like, because it's from before 1990, I can triple the price. No, you can't, asshole. Some things are just worth what they're worth. They're not. You can't fucking charge triple for what the hell.
I understand if they want like $8 a magazine. I get that. Okay, but not like $50-$60 a magazine. No,
people are dumb. People just.
I don't know what would make it worth that much because fucking. I mean, unless it was like a special. Like I can understand like the David Von Erich one when he died. Or like I don't know. I guess I don't.
And the Von Erich movie is coming along nicely, I heard. So we'll get more info on that. We'll talk about that some more, and I'll pop up the rest of the guys' faces who are playing everybody. We'll do that maybe next week on the next show. But let's get to real quick. We're gonna go through this one really fast. Extreme Rules results. If I was giving this show, the entire show, a grade, I'm gonna give it a solid B minus.
B minus,
maybe around there.
Cool.
Maybe. I mean, it was decent. I had a good time watching it. Yeah. I mean, I don't think there was anything like totally spectacular about it, but it was still pretty cool. The Brutes defeated Imperium. Another decent match. I don't know how Sheamus is pulling out fucking matches of the year all of a sudden. I guess those two guys
what's going on with that? Like,
dude, him and Gunther, whatever the hell they call him now, Walter, they just gel, and they're just two fucking Irish, fucking German, European brutes that just like beating the shit out of each other, and it's entertaining. It's entertaining shit to watch.
It really is.
Let's see what was the next one. Ronda Rousey got her title back. She beat fucking Liv Morgan, unfortunately. But Liv Morgan, you know what? As much as I love you, darling, you shouldn't have the belt.
I figured that was going to happen. I really did.
But it also looks like that they're finally maybe moving her to a gimmick, not just happy-go-lucky Liv, because she kind of snapped when she lost. She went a little crazy again, which is why maybe people. She's going to go with Bray. Everyone goes with Bray Wyatt right now. Everyone's with Bray Wyatt right now,
which is kind of cool because nobody knows who really is going to go. Like
exactly. So that match was crap. That match was just garbage. Drew McIntyre, Karrion Kross in a strap match, crap. It was a crap match. This is these two matches are the reason why I won't give the show an A. I just thought that strap match was garbage.
They had a strap match.
Yeah, and you wasted Karrion Kross's first match back. They should have went with some kind of other straight up wrestling match, not just two guys tethered together whipping each other, because it was boring to me.
I bet you none of them neither one of them had ever heard of a strap match before this too. I bet you.
No, I think that hurt. I think that hurt it really, really, really good.
Yeah.
The Raw Women's Championship, Bianca Belair won, which I predicted, defeated Bayley. That was a pretty decent match. It was a ladder match. Some cool spots. Nothing over the top. Nothing too crazy. Nothing that takes 15 minutes to set up, which is a big problem that I have with those big spots. We talk about that all the time, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
You know how much I hate those fucking spots. I like big spots, but when it takes 15 minutes to set up, kayfabe is not existent, and it looks so bad.
Well, yeah. Remind me of a point I want to make when we're done, because I'll forget. But maybe I just make it now. Everybody has wrestled each other so much it's getting boring, and it's something has got to give. Like pay-per-views.
Yeah,
I understand letting the guys wrestle during the pay-per-view, but you know what? I've said this a million times. Bring back enhancement talent. You're going to be giving guys that wrestle work. You know, these guys that do indies, that give them a chance to make a little more money, going from city to city. It would build the talent better, so everybody isn't wrestling each other the same fucking match every fucking week, going out running their mouth every fucking week. Do some enhancement shit. Fucking do some shit. Get them over. You know what I mean?
Well,
get them.
You know who gets the enhancement talent? People like Omos. He fights 2 jobbers a week, but no one cares. No one cares. He's the guy right now. He's fighting nothing but enhancement talent from the local area. They're in fucking Memphis. They'll grab 2 Memphis guys. They're in fucking Georgia. They're gonna grab 2 Georgia guys. They grab 2 guys from the city. He beats the shit out of them. But the problem is nobody cares.
He's not. They're trying to make him an attraction like Andre the Giant. It's not happening.
No, he's crap.
He's like the Great Khali mixed with the Giant Gonzalez, and it's just neither one were over.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
Khali was over for like a week. Seriously, like a week, and then he just. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Edge versus Finn Balor in the I Quit match. Decent match. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it, and they did the old Beth Phoenix came in. Edge would not quit, but Beth came in the ring, and they were gonna fucking give her a concerto and smash her face in unless Edge didn't quit. Good way to keep Edge from losing. He didn't lose. He did give up only because to save his wife, and this is gonna lead towards, I'm sure, a mixed tag match with Rhea Ripley and Finn Balor taking on fucking Edge and what's her name?
You think Beth Phoenix is gonna come back?
Oh, definitely, without a doubt.
She's still kind of buff and big.
She still looks good. She still looks good. And you said she can help Rhea Ripley. See, this is what people don't understand. This is what you're supposed to do when you're a legend and semi-retired. You come in, you don't win fucking titles. You help even if you win the match, as long as you're helping that Rhea Ripley look better, you did your fucking job. That's why I applaud Beth Phoenix for that. I applaud Edge for that. I applaud fucking Triple H for that. That's what you're supposed to do. Because how good is Rhea Ripley going to be after fucking fighting Beth Phoenix a couple times? That much better.
Pretty good, but they got to spread it out. Because like I said before, everybody's fighting each other every week, and it's just boring. Like, Raw should not even be 3 hours, man. Like, how can you sit there and watch 3 hours of the same shit you watched the week before?
Sure, Jaime, as a straight man, I agree with you, but I know what you're saying.
She looks better than Edge. She does look better than Edge. Want to see 2 guys fight in a grocery store? Want to see 2 guys fight at outside hotel? Make it interesting and fun. Now, see, that's just getting too like Vince Russo-y. Like, tell a story in the ring. It's wrestling. It's not Jerry Springer, man. I mean, and I'm sorry to shit on what you said, Terzio, but it's true. These guys, if they want.
Once in a while, that shit's okay, but not every guy.
Well, a gimmick match once in a great while, once a year, like not every month, not every week, not fucking.
Remember WCW beat the shit of every week. It's a ladder match. The next week it's a fucking Viagra on a pole match. Then it's fucking Judy Bagwell on a fucking forklift match, and then it's fucking the world title is hang up in the fucking tree match, and then it's like, all right, dude, stop. Stop.
Yeah, and not everybody can work like that either. Jaime's right, and like I said, I'm just gonna keep beating the point, like. Bring back there is no shame in being enhancement talent because, dude, 9 times out of 10, those jobbers were the real workers. They were the ones helping the guys get over. And you could learn a lot from fucking Rene Goulet, Johnny Rods, Steve Lombardi, Terry Gibbs, all these guys George South, Barry Horowitz. Dude, all these guys were fucking technicians. They knew how to work. They taught these younger guys shit. Dude, there needs to be enhancement talent again, and they need to have shows like that again, like fucking Raw. Dude. Like you can't have a main event show every week. That's why it's getting so old, and that's why it's getting so boring because it's a main event. It's a WrestleMania light every week. It's like it's WrestleMania Yoplait with no sugar, whatever.
Iron Mike Sharp with the armband, fucking phenomenal.
Iron Mike Sharp, fucking. I mean, there's so many. Paul Roma was enhancement. Jim Powers was enhancement. Fucking yeah, like it's weird.
Jose Luis Rivera.
Mario Mancini.
Louis Spicoli. Dude, you know who was that?
Dwayne Gill.
Dwayne Gill. You know who was that Wrestling Universe? Tiger Chung Lee.
Remember Korean guy.
That was a name I hadn't heard in years, and all of a sudden I check on Facebook, and guess who's doing a signing near my house? Fucking Tiger Chung Lee. I was like,
and he's
no
still alive.
fucking way. It looks pretty decent. I don't think he speaks a word of English still.
He's a big Korean guy, right?
Yeah, big Korean dude. Fucking, I was like, holy shit, I haven't heard that name in years.
No.
He wasn't really it wasn't a jobber though, right? He was like an actual.
He was kind of a mid-card enhancement. Like he wasn't like a jobber, but he wasn't like a.
He was never with Fuji, right? That was Mr. Saito who was with.
That was
Fuji,
Mr.
right?
Saito. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
And Mr. Fuji, Harry Fujiwara.
I remember them. That's how old I am. But anyway, we'll go back real quick. Yeah, the I Quit match wasn't bad. They got the heat. They got what they wanted, and they said an Edge didn't have to technically lose. Matt Riddle versus Seth Rollins in the pit fight. Disappointed. Honestly, with the heat and the hatred between these two, I was a little disappointed with this one. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. I said with the heat they built up, with going after each other's families, like the real world, real life shit. And this is where, Eric, I'm going to piss you off, though. This is where I'm going to get you all riled up a little bit.
Oh, boy.
Only because Seth Rollins hits Matt Riddle with the fucking curb stomp. All right? Hits him twice, hits him again with a curb stomp. 60 seconds later, Matt Riddle's up walking around like nothing ever happened. What the fuck was that about? I'm like, he's really walking around like I got, which is a finisher, I understand, but still, it's the curb stomp. You're not supposed to be getting up from that shit. I understand if it's a main event at WrestleMania and you're fighting the other top guy and one curb stomp ain't going to stop you, just like one stunner won't stop you, one rock. I get that. 2 fucking curb stomps and Matt Riddle's up fucking 60 seconds later.
No,
Bullshit.
man. No, that sucks.
Wait, hey, it's not Matt Riddle, who in tribute to Randy Orton, throws down a couple fucking RKOs. Hits fucking Seth Rollins. No pin. Can't pin him. He's up walking around fucking 90 seconds. I'm like, what is going on with these finishes? Stop with the. It said, and again, this is a major problem. Stop with the finishers. Finishers have to be finishers for
every move doesn't have to be a finisher. Like,
no.
Dude, Greg Valentine about 4 or 5 months ago did a great shoot interview. It's on. I can't remember what it's like. Ringside. It's on one of those shoot interview things, not kayfabe commentaries. It's not wrestling. It's not WSI. It's another one. But he does a great interview. Greg Valentine does. He's a very humble. He really doesn't have anything bad to say about anybody. Like, he just kind of tells you the truth from his perspective. But dude, he talks about like the differences in styles and his style versus this style versus a well-rounded wrestler. Because he admits he's only like a mat, hammerlock, punch, elbow wrestler. Like he's not like Bret Hart. He's not like Shawn Michaels. He doesn't move that way. But dude, do yourself a favor and watch some snippets of that. It's really fucking good. It's that good. It's worth the watch, man.
Well, like I said, that's something that pissed me off because 2 curb stomps, a couple of RKOs, all meant nothing. Splash off the top of the cage because it was a pit match, so it was a cage that had platforms on it where you can stand on it. So Riddle hits him with a fucking, not even a splash, like a back bump thing. No, there's no pinning going on, and I'm like, what is fucking going on? I understand, like I said, Rock versus Austin. It's not going to take one stunner. It's not going to take one rock bottom. But dude, you're curb stomping a guy into the fucking ground twice, 3 times, and they just walking around. There was no what do they call it? No cool down time. Like it was just like, oh, I hit you with the curb stomp. I'm the best. Oh no, guy, he's standing up already. What the fuck? That's not.
He didn't even sell it.
He did for 30 seconds, 60 seconds. Then all of a sudden, all of a sudden he's up again. Like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Can't be doing that shit.
God, we need Ricky Morton. We need him now.
Well, that was the match. Like I said, I know I kind of sounded like I was harsh on it, but it was enjoyable. Most of it was enjoyable. And of course, we had the return of Bray Wyatt. I was going to show the whole thing, but I said it's too damn long.
Yeah.
But they fooled us too because they were literally going to off the air when those fucking. I was sitting there going, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?" And then the fucking lights went out at the very last second, and you even have Cole screaming, "Are we on the air? Are we still on the air?" I'm like, dude, that's good selling. Because they had everybody fooled. Because I was like, no fucking way are they not giving us the goddamn rabbit. No way. So then they said we got to see the lights went out. They come on. We saw the buzzard. Someone in the buzzard wearing the buzzard costume. Lights went out. Come back on. We saw someone standing there with the rabbit costume. We saw someone wearing the fucking Fiend mask at ringside. We saw Sister Abigail, and then finally the fucking lights and the thing, and here comes Bray Wyatt out.
And he came out
with the lamp
with a weird mask on, right?
He had what looked like if you have seen that movie, that new movie out, Black Phone with Ethan Hawke. Freaky fucking movie. That mask looked just like his mask from that movie.
Okay.
Pretty fucking cool.
That is pretty fucking cool. No, I watched the return. It was fucking. I actually kind of popped a little bit. Like,
yeah, I did too.
I popped for that.
And I said he came out with no mask and with the old school lamp, and I was like, that's fucking awesome. So I thought that was really cool. And I guess tonight we'll see now where this is going to go. I have no idea. I'm not watching it, so I have no idea what's going on yet. But he probably won't show up to the end. But rumors are right now they're going to have them versus the Usos at Survivor Series, whoever Team Bray Wyatt is. So that's going to be pretty fucking cool.
The 3 Usos or the 2 Usos?
No, all of them. The Bloodline versus the Wyatt family.
Who's the Bloodline? The 2 twins and their brother?
Yeah, them, Solo. Yeah, Solo, their younger brother, Roman, and I'm assuming Sami Zayn. And then that's when Sami Zayn will get thrown out.
Okay.
Because he's got to get thrown out sooner or later.
Did The Rock show up somewhere?
Not yet, but during an interview for Black Adam, which is getting good reviews, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that. That comes out when? Next week?
Next week. He did say he is the real tribal chief. So whether that's just a dig at Roman or if that's an actually set up for him coming back, we don't know. But he did say he was the real tribal chief. And Eric, I'm not on the subject. The ending of Black Adam leaked. Did you see it?
I didn't see the ending, but I want to because I'm a spoiler guy. I don't care.
Okay, well,
don't give it away on the air. Don't give it away on the air.
No, I wouldn't do that because I don't want people rioting and fucking. But I saw it by accident. But I'm not a spoiler guy either. I like to know what's going to happen. But I'll tell you when we get off the air. Other than that, like I said, episode 100 is coming. Not only we're going to have a lot of fun, and I told you, Jaime, Terzio, whoever else wants to come on the show, we're going to put the actual address to come on this show. So make sure you have a microphone or headset or something. You're all welcome on the show.
Or have your phone on, yeah.
And also, like I said, we're going to finally release the fucking GOAT, which I have been working on it. And I'm going to reveal right now, Eric, and I want you to yes or no, and who are we missing, who are we not missing,
okay,
who we should add, who we should take off. But
okay.
I took a consensus of like 6 different websites, 6 different things. Sergio, it's not Zoom. All it is I put an address up here. You click the address, it'll take you right into StreamYard. All you got to do is put your name in, and you're on the show. That's it. It's simple as shit.
It's not complicated.
No, it's not. All right. So as far as the GOAT, in case you didn't know, I'm sure you all know though. I'm tired of people talking about this guy's the greatest. This guy's the greatest. We're gonna come up with the greatest for this show. Our greatest wrestler of all time. Our GOAT. I got a bunch of names here. The boss is going to help me break it down into a spreadsheet where we're going to have a sheet where you can mark down 1 to 10 what this person is in each category. Okay, so I have the obvious ones first, of course. Hogan, Andre,
okay, yep,
Savage,
yep,
Flair,
yep,
Austin,
yep,
Rock,
yep,
Cena,
yeah,
Taker,
oh yeah,
Shawn,
yep,
Brett,
yep.
Now here's where it's going to start getting a little cricket. Well, some bits. Triple H.
Yeah.
Jericho.
No.
You don't think Jericho?
I don't know. Up in the air. Up in the air.
All right, we'll discuss Jericho then.
We'll discuss Jericho.
Kurt Angle.
Yeah.
All right, no. Well, it's open for discussion. That's fine.
Subjective.
Terzio, give me 2 minutes. We'll answer your question. Ultimate Warrior. I know you're on board for that one.
Definitely.
Sting.
Yeah.
Dusty Rhodes.
Oh yeah. Come on.
Roddy
Definitely.
Piper.
Absolutely.
Kurt Hennig.
Yes.
Razor and
yep.
Nash made the list. Hall and Nash both made the list.
I think they deserve to. Yep.
Okay, they're probably not going to win, but at least they should be on the top.
No, but they're they need to be on that list.
Randy Orton.
Possibly.
Brock Lesnar.
I think Brock should be on there, yeah.
Kerry Von Erich. I know you think he should be. Or should he be? Where he's going to fail is going to be like longevity and stuff. That's where he's going to fail.
Yeah, Kerry. You know what? I'm sorry, Kerry, but that's subjective too. That's subjective too.
Because of longevity and stuff. But,
yeah, there's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot with that, but
yeah, Eddie Guerrero and Rick Rude are the guys that I have right now.
you got a pretty good list. You got a really good list.
So if you off the top of your head, if you're thinking anyone I missed or if anyone on this list that definitely shouldn't be on it, we'll have to discuss that and figure that out before the next episode.
Well, I got some off the top of my head. Just I'll fire at you quick.
All right, hang on.
Jerry Lawler should be on there.
Wait, hang on. I'm gonna put it right here. Okay, Lawler.
Jerry Lawler should definitely be on there. I'm forgetting. You know, Kerry probably should be in there.
Well, he's there for now.
John Cena should definitely be there. I don't think Randy Orton should be there.
Okay.
I don't think Jericho should be there.
That's interesting.
I feel that.
I mean, we're just discussing the
right.
wrestlers.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get Don't let me get carried away here. But no, Jerry Lawler's definitely got to be on there.
All right, I'll add him. It's not a big deal. Because what do we have? 20. I'm over 20. That's what I'm saying. So
you're over 20. Okay.
We can afford to lose 5 guys, or we can just keep these guys. It doesn't matter.
Or keep them in rank. Yeah, that's
Jaime saying Ricky Steamboat. You know why Ricky Steamboat? I don't want to put him on the list because he's never going to win. Never going to win.
No, but as far as being on that list, yeah, he might be.
I'll put him on for now.
Are we forgetting like? Oh boy,
no, Big John Studd ain't making that list.
No, Big John Studd's not making it. But like,
Jaime, did you miss it? Oh, you missed it? All right, real quick, just for Jaime. Hogan, Andre, Savage, Flair, Austin, Rock, Cena, Taker, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Triple H, Chris Jericho, Kurt Angle, Ultimate Warrior, Sting, excuse me, Dusty Rhodes, Roddy Piper, Kurt Hennig, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, Randy Orton, Lesnar, Kerry Von Erich, Eddie Guerrero, Rick Rude, Jerry Lawler. That's who we have as of right now, who we're going to be voting on and figuring out the formula.
Actually, that's a...
I said,
read that back to me again.
I took like 6 different websites, and they all pretty much agreed on these guys. That's why I went above 20.
Now that
these are the guys that were there.
Now that you ran that by me again, I almost think that's a pretty good list.
Okay. No, Warrior's there, Thursday. I said him.
Oh, Harley Race. Oh shit.
Wrestling wise, yes, but is he? I'll put him on. I'll put him on right now.
Oh, you're talking 60s, 70s, 80s. Yeah, Harley. He was a 7-time NWA champion. I mean, this guy's...
I'll put him on.
He's not going to win, but...
Not going to win, but I have the problem. No, Bruiser Brody died too quickly.
Someone in the first 10 are going to win.
Kurt Hennig's there. Kurt Hennig's already there.
Kurt Hennig is there. And I think Kurt Hennig should be there.
Absolutely. Phenomenal fucking worker. Phenomenal wrestler. Phenomenal...
Oh, he's phenomenal everything.
Yeah, he is. Highly underappreciated in his time. Bob Backlund, no, 0 personality.
I don't even think he should have had the WWF championship as long as he did.
No.
I thought that was like a waste. They should have given it back to Superstar or given it to Larry Zbyszko. You
can tell when Vince Jr. took over from Vince Sr. because Vince Jr. is like, Bob Backlund, you're fucking out. You're just a waste. You're boring.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Hogan, Sheik's taking you down and Hogan's beating Sheik. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. You're just a boring, red-headed, fucking freckled weirdo.
Who's tough? Listen, he's tough.
Oh, look, I'm not denying his wrestling ability.
But like
personality,
where it was going, he wasn't gonna lead it there.
No, not even close.
Not even close. Then the Iron Sheik, Mr. Vern Gagne, wanted me to break the fucking Hulk Hogan leg, and I tell Mr. Vern Gagne, I am loyal to Mr. Senior McMahon. You ever hear him talk about it?
Does Sheik deserve to be on the list? No, right?
Oh, yes, he does.
He does?
The Iron Sheik? Yes, the Iron Sheik.
Not Nikolai Volkov.
What the fuck are you doing ripping all my socks?
It had a hole in it already.
I wear that.
Yeah, with a hole in it. I'll get you a new pair.
No, you won't.
Yes, I will.
Tim, she's tearing my socks apart.
It had a huge hole in the heel.
Maybe I think that's comfortable.
In no way was that comfortable.
You don't know.
I know.
Yeah, Iron Sheik. And I'm trying to think of other heels too that like. I mean, you got Flair.
Well, here's Terzio's question. What do you think? My question is: was there a tag team women's name Gold Diggers? Cousin told me there was a tag team called the Gold Diggers.
I've never heard of them, Frank.
That's a great fucking name if it is.
It's a great name, and I hope they're real. I really hope they're real.
There's one way to do. We can figure that out. That's called the Google.
Yes, the Google machine, Frank. On your computer, there's this big yellow and red and blue and green G. Are you thinking of Canada, Mexico, Japan, Puerto Rico, and mostly United States? You know, Canada, we have the greatest wrestler in Canada. We already Brett. Mexico, we don't have the greatest Mexican wrestler. Probably the greatest Mexican wrestler who had the longest tenure is probably Mil Mascaras. He's probably the greatest Mexican wrestler ever. I'll argue that right to the end. As far as Puerto Rico, I mean, of course, nobody's ever going to be better than Carlos Colon. Nobody.
No, you know it is Jaime too. It's just it's a thing. It has nothing to do with not including other.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because this is domestic. This is domestic.
Yeah, it's just that also they're not going to win because it's not. It's just not.
Yeah.
Yeah. The way it is.
Listen. The greatest Canadian wrestler may win this. He has a legitimate shot of being the best of all. The GOAT. Bret Hart does.
Real quick, I did not find out if there was a team, but supposedly this scary looking woman is called the Gold Digger. Gold Digger, professional wrestler, Gold Digger. I don't find anything about a tag team.
She's a wrestler right now.
She says professional wrestler, Gold Digger.
She looks like what are those Bitmoji? Is that what those things are?
She looks like a fucking stripper from a downtown Atlanta fucking Hooters or something.
Made out of CGI. Triple H is from New Hampshire, Nashua.
Yeah, he's not Canadian.
He's not Canadian. He's from Nashua, New Hampshire. He's a New Englander. He pops cars.
Maybe in WoW. But anyway, those are the guys we're going to run with for now. Me and Eric will talk off the air. The boss is going to put together a, what do they call it? Like a fucking spreadsheet, whatever. It's going to have the names on the left with all the fucking categories we come up with. 1 to 10. We're going to give it to Jaime. We're going to give it to fucking Raul. We're going to give it to fucking Terzio. All the PCP guys are going to jump in, whether they like it or not. They're going to vote.
Yes,
anybody else relatives, friends that would like to get on this, bring them in. Bring them in. Let them vote.
Bring them in.
The more people that vote, the better. Because I don't want to have only 10 people take part, and then that's really not solidifying anything.
I'm going to make Lauren do it.
Yeah, the more people, the better.
Yeah, I'm going to make. Even if she doesn't know who half these guys are, I'm going to make her do it. So we're going on our top 20 formula for the GOAT of pro wrestling. I'm going to give you one of the spreadsheets, and you're going to pick 1 through however many. Okay. She's in.
Frank says, "How about his ex-wife?" Bum. Oh, you can absolutely. I think for the next show, we're going to share the list and the sheet. You absolutely can spread the list. Absolutely. So the more people, the better.
Spread the love, bro. Spread the love.
The more people that take place, the more real it is. The more, Because if 5 people do the list, it's what the fuck? Who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be voting for Macho Man for everything. He's gonna be voting for his guy. No, you gotta be honest and you gotta spread it out. We need a lot of people.
Yeah,
so.
we have to put our feelings aside who our favorite are because we have to be real about it. Because Ultimate Warrior. Ultimate Warrior is outdoes guys in some categories, and he's dead last in a lot of categories. So Kerry Von Erich is probably like an 8 or a 7 in probably all of them. But there's guys that are like 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 9, 9, 4, 10. So they're going to be the hard ones to beat. Like Shawn Michaels, like Bret Hart. I hate saying it. Oh no, Jericho's not really in their level. He might be. Randy Orton, Brock Lesnar, even Hogan. Austin Rock. Well, Austin and Rock are going to come up short in a few things, I'm afraid, but they're gonna beat everybody else. Another, it's weird.
It's why
Savage is going to have athleticism, promo, work rate, pop. Savage is going to be tough to beat too. I don't want to admit that, but he is.
Okay, we're explaining, but David was the best. Are we going to do managers? Well, for now, let's stick to a wrestler.
Yeah, we'll stick to the wrestlers. Yep.
So for episode 99, that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to get the list out there. We're going to spread the sheet out there, and then I think we're going to take a week or two off, and we're going to set the date for the big 100. We're going to try to make it a night where everyone can come in, everyone can join us. We want to have a bunch of people on. I know we got fucking football and hockey and the baseball playoffs and all that shit. So we can try to find a night that's good for everybody. Yeah. And like I said, as long as you have a computer and a microphone, you're more than welcome to come on the show. We're going to put the little address right here.
You can do it right on your phone.
You can do it right on your phone too. You don't need a computer. We're going to put the address right down here, right below our faces. So it's going to be the address. You just type it in, you hit it, boom, you're in the studio. You're in the StreamYard studio. You put your name, like I have Honorary Oos. Eric has Memphis. You put your name, you can put whatever you want, and that's it. You're on the show.
That's it.
So we're going to have a lot of fun with that.
You are. Don't be embarrassed to be on here because you're being seen and heard more. You're heard by more people than you're seen by more people. Believe me. But
you're going to be seen by millions.
A lot of people are going to down the road. A lot of people are going to see this, but like more people listen to this. Like a lot of people just listen to podcasts. So that's what.
And millions. There you go. I had to say it twice. All right, Eric. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up there, because we have another show to do, ladies and gentlemen.
We have another show to do in about 20 minutes. Yeah.
Eric's gonna come here, and I'm gonna go there, and then we're gonna.
I might even change my shirt. I don't know.
I might. I think I'm gonna change my hat.
Do a wardrobe change. Yeah.
2 separate shows. I'm gonna grab a piece of food and another drink, and maybe go to the bathroom and like a nice intermission before we start the next program, which is called the A to Z program. Eric, what are we going to be doing on the A to Z program tonight?
Well, we're going to be. I want audience participation. I want you to tell me what your favorite album covers are, and I don't want like an explanation. I want a little bit of an explanation, but I don't want to hear like I saw these. I don't want to hear Terzio say I saw these guys at the Rose Bowl in '64 with my first girlfriend Tilly, who fucking his father used to sell toothbrushes and got free tickets. No, I want to know what the coolest album covers you ever saw were. And I'm talking like from the 60s to the 90s when there were real albums and real artists that were really pulling up concepts of this. So like
doesn't Tilly host Empire 161 with Ed?
Tilly, yeah, no, that's Edith. Edith does that.
Edith.
So, that's Edith, yeah.
Never get that goddamn name right. Maybe one day we will.
One of these days you're gonna get it, Tim. You'll understand who she is. So
all right, so that's gonna be I don't know, it was 8:46. What, you want to shoot for 9 o'clock? Is that enough time? 15 minutes break?
Let's do 9:15.
9:15. All right, so we have.
Is that too long? Is that too long?
No, that's fine for me.
That's enough time to get revitalized, recaffeinated, and
look at Terzio. I am the king of vinyl. Look at that.
Okay, Terzio, then I want your input on this, and I want everybody else's input too. So I want to know. I want you to tell me what it is, or send a picture of what it is. I don't care. Tell me the name of the album. I or Tim are going to look it up, and we're gonna play it because this is how the magic. I want to show everybody something quick. This is the magic of having your own show and what you can do. So if we want to, we can just do something like this. If I had a screen to share, but I don't. Maybe it's like this. No, maybe it's like this. Maybe it's like this. Maybe it's like. How about like this?
You need more than one person. You need more than one person. That's why.
I got to have a screen to share.
Yeah, you have to have a screen to share to do it. Whoa.
Oh, we don't want that one. Whoa,
I don't like that one.
Yeah, if I have a screen to share, we're going to be over here. Like we're going to be over here.
Well, I'll produce. Here. I'm gonna produce. So as the album,
Tim's gonna produce it. Okay, yeah. Tim,
I'll look them up and then we'll flash them on the screen so we can all.
We're gonna flash them up, and I don't care. You guys can just keep rattling them off, man. Because I have some I want to see. Tim has got some he wants to see, and talk about. Like I said, I want you to talk about it. Like I said, Terzio, don't go into like fucking my father's sister who used to work at the fucking at Rizzo's Bakery. Used to fuck my grandmother with a broomstick in Jamaica, Queens, while I watched fucking Archie Bunker. No, come on. Bruno Sammartino.
That was a lot.
That was a lot. That was a lot. I'm starting to get over caffeinated. I got to keep going. So, all right.
So, yeah. All right. So, we're going to take our half hour break. All right. So, everybody. All right. Thank you for watching this show. We're 2 away from 100, everybody. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm hoping the boss has something special planned.
I hope so.
Throw that out there right now.
I hope so, boss. Are you listening? Wait, look at my new camera.
I dig it. So, yeah. You know all the shows. I'm not going to run through them. You want to watch baseball, Empire 161, put it in the books. We have Granny's PC for comics. Black Link Collective, I think they're all starting. They're actually going to be starting videos now. Am I on the Air with Don is going to be doing the videos now.
Wow.
Those are cool new shows. Skyline Reviews, Disney show with Ashley. I just met Mickey Mouse yesterday, by the way. I have to pop on her show and show her that.
You're going to have to.
80 He's up next. What did I miss? I missed something. I don't know. I missed
007 Deep Dive.
They're not back yet.
Shooting the Sith.
Shooting the Sith. We stomped you out. The Giant Show. That's be coming back to sometime this week. And Unsportsmanlike Conduct we did last night covers all sports. Make sure you look at all those. And yeah, so like I said, if you want to be, if you like us, we'll be back in 9:15. If you don't like us, go fuck yourself. We don't care.
Yeah, we don't care either. So yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. We will see you next week on Just Too Sweet, coming up soon, A to Z. And if you don't like us, I'm going to say it again. We don't fucking care. Peace out.